I had to do this live. You know, there's been a lot of talk around this guy named Andrew Brown Jr. and this whole incident between him and the police officers. People have come out and said that he was gunned down, murdered in cold blood, Black Lives Matter, and the black man is always getting the bad end of the stick, all of this other stuff. But the video has been put out there for all to see. Everybody, they mama, they cousin, them, everybody can see what happened to Mr. Brown. So I'm going to put it up on the screen. We're going to watch it together, but I want to give a little backstory. So there was a warrant for Andrew Brown's arrest, right? It's a warrant for his arrest and also a search warrant to conduct search of his residence. Why, Mr. Tatum? Because he was caught by the police department selling drugs to an informant or undercover officer, maybe even a deputy. I'm not sure which jurisdiction sold the drugs to, or he sold the drugs to, but he sold cocaine and he also sold heroin. And toxicology results, not toxicology, but a lab results showed that the heroin had fentanyl in it, which we all know that fentanyl is one of the most dangerous drugs that is on the market right now. They lace heroin with fentanyl. I had a young lady on the airplane just the other day when I was going. She was high on heroin. I know people who are on the knot when I see them. I ended up getting her kicked off the plane because I knew she was on the knot. She would have nodded off on the plane, went unconscious. They wouldn't have been able to save her life. So obviously, I know what the knot looked like. However, he's selling these drugs, caught by a police undercover. An informant already, identified him as a suspect in selling drugs to the police department or selling drugs in general in the community, and they set him up. Y'all know how that goes. So a judge granted the police department a warrant, you could say the sheriff's office a warrant to arrest him. When they get to the scene, he does what I'm about to show you. This is how you get shot. And this is how it ended up being justified. I'll show you and I'll play a little clip of the news because I think the news did a really good job at pointing this out. So without me keep running my mouth, I probably I got to set it up first. Hold on one second. I know I gotta do the NDI port. So I'll keep talking while I import the visual to you guys. But the people who are coming out, his lawyers, Benjamin Crump, Black Lives Matter, are saying that the man was executed, saying that they just gunned him down for no reason. He was trying to escape getting shot at. It's all of these stories, y'all, and I'm keeping it real. All of these stories are bullcrap. It's nothing but bullcrap. They always lying. There always no accountability for suspects who are committing violent crimes. They just lie. So I think the NDI should be good. Okay, we pulled it in. Without me continue to run my mouth, roll the film.
Breaking news at noon in the deputy shooting that killed Andrew Brown Jr. in Pasquotank County. The district attorney has called his death justified. I'm Bill Young.
Justified. The district attorney has considered it to be justified, meaning they're not going to press charges against these police officers. So let's play what he said so you hear it from the horse's mouth. The district attorney said it was justified. Not Brandon Tatum, not the people that followed. The district attorney said it was justified, and I'm going to show you why.
After reviewing the investigation conducted by the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, Mr. Brown's death, while tragic, was justified because Mr. Brown's actions caused 3 deputies with the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office to reasonably believe it was necessary to use deadly force to protect themselves and others.
All right. I think the video should be done right here. I think it should be over. There should be no more video. We don't need to talk about nothing else. I don't know what else there is to explain. His actions led to a officer-involved shooting. His actions. This is the thing that I don't know why people can't get through their thick skulls. Every action results in a reaction. Police departments around the country and sheriff's deputies and sheriff's offices around the country are a result of your actions. If people weren't out here acting up, then we would have no police. We would have no sheriff's deputies. We wouldn't have any of this. There would be no SWAT team. But y'all can't get it together. Not y'all, because y'all perfect. I'm talking about somebody on somebody else's live stream. Can't get it together. So therefore, police have to get it together for you. However, we'll watch the video.
While the officer-involved shooting that resulted in the death of Andrew Brown occurred on Wednesday, April 21st, law enforcement involvement with Mr. Brown began in the weeks prior and put the wheels in motion that eventually led to the attempted service of arrest and search warrants.
Perfect. We get it. So let's get to this video. So here's the video. SWAT team. This is a tactical team. They look like SWAT. Our SWAT team wouldn't do this. Now, let me just preface this real quick. I don't think that they had the greatest tactics of all time. I do not believe they had great tactics. They did not. I'm going to go off with that. However, it looks like they're a tactical team. He tacked out, got the drop holster, got an AR, short barrel. They're offloading from a truck. They come up the road. This is what we used to do on SWAT. Somebody box him in, and then you go from there. However, I don't think they executed it well, but this is what we can see.
That is just a small snippet of what we heard from the district attorney.
Here's his car. They've come in. I don't know if they rammed it or not. He's in the car. They got him at gunpoint. Now, Brandon, any reasonable person who don't want to die, who believe that Black Lives Matter, you're done. You're caught. They pull up. They jumped out. They ready for you. Now, our SWAT team would have had multiple backup units. It wouldn't have just been these guys in a truck. We would have hit them from here. We would have hit them here. It would have been all over. They would have been hit from everywhere. Let me fix 1 second. Let me pull this off so I can fix this real quick, because I need the cursor to be able to show up so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. But we would have been all over them. We'd have been all over them. It's not going to show up. I'll do it next time. We would have been all over them. So just know that this vehicle got the suspect in it. They got him at gunpoint, and we should see some reasonable results from there on. I can fix it from here. Just hold on 1 second, y'all. I got to get this NDI thing right. You know, it's funny because I got the mouse setting on, but you got to turn it off and turn it back on. It's just the way it is. Even though the setting is on, you got to turn it off and then back on just for it to work. Okay. So back to the subject at hand. They got him cornered. He's in there. Our SWAT team would have had diversionary devices. We would have had less lethal. We would have been banging his windows out. We would have had it all. However, I don't think they were much prepared. I don't know if they were halfway doing it or not. Anyway, let's keep rolling.
Attorney who also showed this body camera.
Now, what does he do? He's surrounded. He don't just stop. No, he can't just stop. He can't stop. He can't stop. Black Lives Matter. I don't have to abide by the law. I don't have to be reasonable. I don't care about my kids. I don't care about my family. I'm finna ram through these officers, and I'm gonna get shot and killed so they can get a payday. Because I want them to get a payday, because I'm gonna go to prison for the rest of my life. Which one you want to do? You want to go to prison for the rest of your life, or you want to give your family a payday? So I can't be a reasonable person right now because I'm a brother. Of course, Black Lives Matter. Let's ram through the cops right here and hope for the best.
Camera video of the incident.
So he ran over this officer. He kind of hit this officer here. He backed up in enough time. He backs up, right?
Media briefing this morning.
Now he don't continue going back to clear the area. He goes back, and now he's ready to ram.
In it, you can see deputies running over.
He drive forward. They don't know where to move. They don't know to go this way or that way because he's coming straight forward. There's one guy here, there's one guy here, and then you got a few here.
To where Brown
what does he do?
In his car.
He runs through this guy. That guy gets hit and moved out the way. This guy here, I'm pointing. This guy here gets hit, moved out the way. This guy's on this side of the car. They start busting right here. They start busting. And they keep busting.
Yelling for him to get out.
Boom, 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 boom. He's done.
Through them and deputies.
He's a danger to the police officers, and he's a danger to himself. Let me pull up an actual video without them running their mouth. I thought that one was going to be a clean one, but I'll pull up another video so we can see a video without them running their mouth and talking. So I think this would be a good one. Okay, here's the Here's the full thing. This is better because this is what the district attorney had ready. So they coming down the street. They're in the vehicle. They're, as you can see, barely, but they're in the vehicle ready to go. They pull up, they jump out, right? Guys wearing tactical gear, this guy wearing tactical, that other guy wearing jeans. I don't know what this is, but this is the way they decide to approach this. They jump out, this guy's body-worn camera. He runs up, they got him cornered, right? You can see it better here. They got him cornered. He got the gun on the car, he's on the car, he got the front windshield. They have him covered. It should be over. But Mr. Black Lives Matter want to ram him his way to freedom. So he pulls off. He hits an officer here. It's hard to tell. They got another angle. So he hit one of the officers here, then they backed up. Now, they don't know where to go because they don't know what he's finna do. He skirts off this way. They got a guy that's right in front of him, and there's two other people here. They don't know which way he's going to go. They don't know if he's going to back up all the way back there. They're going to go this way. So they try to surround him to keep giving him commands. He drives forward, and you can't barely see it, but he hit this officer here. It's an officer standing right here. He drives and hits him. But right here, they start busting. Boom, 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 boom. You'll see the other angle. They start shooting. They shot a couple times while he was driving away, which, to me, I wouldn't necessarily do that. However, once you initiate the deadly force situation, they can continue to utilize deadly force until you are eliminated as a threat. Right? You cannot be a threat anymore to backing up over the officers, driving forward from the officer, driving through and running through somebody's house. You can't. You are eliminated as a threat. Now, I think there's another body-worn camera. They run after him. They get to him. You know, if they wanted to execute him, then they'd just keep shooting him right here. They'd have shot him a couple of times. But anyway, they extract him from the vehicle. He's definitely not surviving that. So here's another angle from another body cam. You got TAC guy, a guy in a T-shirt, and I don't know what he doing. And then you got some more TAC guys. Let me just give you my beef on this one. Let me just give you my police beef. Why this guy is in T-shirts, I don't know why. He's not fully armed. He don't have armor. He don't have a helmet. I don't know why that guy's dressed like that. I could be wrong. They could have some tactics that I've never heard of before, but I don't know why he's dressed down. The reason you wear all of this stuff is not to look cool, but to protect your vital organs, right? These helmets have ballistic capabilities. AR will go right through this helmet. However, handguns will be stopped by this helmet. Shrapnel, all of that will be hit by this helmet. You have glasses on. You got the ear protection in so you can hear tactical communication. And so when you start blasting a rifle, you don't throw your eardrums out. Then you look at it closely. You got the tactical pants where, you know, if you can get down and dirty, you don't burn your knees up. You don't tear you don't cut yourself up. You got the padded, technically the upper body armor will pad the arms for rounds that hit you in the arm here. And normally there's a pad that go down to your groin area. Therefore, if a round go to the groin, it'll protect you from hitting groin shots with a regular handgun. Now, depending on the department, depending on the logistics, there is rifle armor that's available on this SWAT tactical gear. We had rifle armor. So if somebody shot you with a rifle, you're not going to go down on the first shot. I don't know I don't know how I feel, but you ain't going to die. T-shirt and shorts. This guy, he gets shot in the arm. Shrapnel hit him in the head. Yeah, this is a better view of it. You know, you have this tactical garb on, whatever you call it. Should be a little flank thing down there for the groin area. You got all your gadgets. You got your hand. You know, it look like you got scissors. You got all kind of stuff on here that you should be using. This may be a smaller department or whatever, but this guy right here looks completely exposed. He looked cool, but this will get you. You know, if the stuff hit the road, you're gonna be the first one hurt. So I don't know what their tactic is with the cool guy, but he jumps off. This is another angle. Comes right up to the window. They jump right up on him, whatever case may be. He backs up. He hits this guy. It's an officer standing right there. He backs up, hit that guy, and then they start flanking him because they have a right to try to stop him from driving off. So they flank him, and then he drives forward. He hits this guy. Look at him. He puts his hand down. The car made contact with his leg. It hit him. Boom. He gets hit by the car. He was just driving away, and he wasn't even trying to hurt anybody. He was just scared because Black Lives Matter. No, he ran and hit this guy, and their reaction time was a little slow. They start busting right here. Why is that, Mr. Tatum? Because you don't know if he's going to flee, if he's going to turn and go this way. Is he going to stop and back up? Is he going to fly off the street and run over some kid in the middle of the roadway? They have to now use deadly force to protect themselves and also other people in the public from this maniac driving crazy and killing people after he had already showed the propensity of violence and disregard for human life when he backed and hit this officer here. He backed up and hit an officer here, which was one of these guys. He backs up, hits this guy. He hit him. So he backs up and hit that guy, and then he goes forward in his disregard and hits this guy with the car. He has no regard for human life. How do you know he's not going to drive out in the street, run through somebody's house, drive off back over the police officers once he get to the street? How do you know what he's going to do? I think that it was close. But they start firing shots. They continue to fire shots. And firing shots here, to me, is reasonable. This happens in a second. Now, and a defense attorney can play the video slow as they want and say, look, they shouldn't have shot him. They made the decision to pull the trigger here, not knowing if anybody's in front of the car, is he's going to run over other officers. They don't know. They started shooting him here. A couple seconds of shooting, it's over. He crashes. Boom. They eliminated him as a danger to the public. He's no longer a threat of running over kids and doing all this other stuff. He is no longer a threat. He crashes into a tree. They run him down, or they run him down to try to stop him. And what does he do? He's no longer with us.